Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. So today, or in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be repairing a Jaguar. What is it? To be honest, I don't even know. It's an XJ, I think. Well, if I turn the camera around, should be able to see it coming into the yard now on the back of the on the back of the recovery truck. So long as he doesn't crash into the bollards, which I don't think he's going to. I think we've managed to do it. But I think it's an XJ, so let's get it off the truck and let's take a look, as I'm led to believe the fuel pump's gone. So, like I say, let's get it off the truck, into the yard, and let's see what's going on with this Jag. So now that we've got the car off the truck and the recovery guy is going, see you later, bro. What we need to do now is we need to work out what is exactly wrong with this Jag.
I've got a Jag.
Now, I am led to believe that it is a non-runner, so if we just try and start it. No, I don't think it is going to run. Well, that answers that question. Now, if I am right in thinking, these fuel pumps in these Jags are in the boot. So we need the key to get into the boot. Do we need the key? No, did I just lock it? I don't know. Is that opening? How's you open the boot on this thing? Open. I command you to open. Why are you not open? Is there a switch underneath? Oh, maybe. Is there a... Oh, maybe I have locked it. Is that open now? Is that open now? Yes! Finally, what we got in here? Lots and lots of stuff. So we need to get this out.
Hello.
Hello. YouTube. What's up? I can edit it out, don't worry.
Hey?
I can edit it out, don't worry.
Ron wants to know if you want to buy that Beamer.
Which bit? The white one?
Yeah.
Tell him I'll pop round and have a look at it. Yeah, just you've got my number, ain't you?
No. No, I sort of, I'll be in tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All right, and yeah, sound.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Sound, man. Well, that was something a little unexpected. So it looks like we're going to go and check out E36 at some point. So if you want to see a video on that, drop a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that right now, but my brain's going to be thinking about that now. But what I need to be thinking about is the fuel pump on this Jag. So like I was saying, we need to get all of this stuff out of the way. Once it's out of the way, we can then get access to the fuel tank, and then we can see exactly what is going on with the pump. So while I'm stripping everything out to gain access to the fuel tank, I thought I'd show you guys that I did test the voltage to the fuel pump prior to getting all this stripped. And as you can see, we do have a 12 volt switch live going to the pump. So it is clear that it is the fuel pump that is at fault. We've seen, just look. So yeah, it definitely stands a good chance that the fuel pump in here is absolutely knackered. As if I can get the camera in, then if you can see the rust forming around the top there. So I can only imagine, if this is what the outside of the tank looks like, what the inside of the tank looks like. But what we now need to do is we need to drop the tank forward from what I can see. So we also need to remove the battery. That's going to be the first thing that I do. We'll remove the battery, then we'll drop the tank forward by removing this securing strap here. And I think there is another one just there behind that blue wire. Yep, we've got another one just there hiding away. So we'll get both of them removed. We'll then be able to pull the tank forward. That will then give us access to the pump. And well, I think we already know what the outcome's going to be, but cue the music. Let's get cracking. So now that we've got everything out of the way and we've got the tank unbolted or unstrapped, shall we say, this is where the fun begins. As I forgot to show you earlier on, but this Jag does have a full tank of fuel, which you should be able to see on the screen now, which isn't going to help, as one, this is going to be really, really heavy, and two, when we're taking the fuel pump out from underneath there, we're going to have to do something down here to make sure that we don't get fuel everywhere, as more than likely fuel is going to go absolutely everywhere. So I think that's going to be the next step. We need to get something covered down in here. We can attempt to pull the tank forward, see what connections we've got on the top, get it all disconnected, get the pump out and see exactly what we've got to do and what we've got to swap over. Well, I think I might have spoke too soon, and I'm not sure if you can maybe just about see it here on the side of the car, as I thought it'd be a good idea, and unfortunately I wasn't recording so I didn't get this, but I thought it'd be a good idea to just have a quick look and just see in the neck how much fuel there was actually in this tank. I know the gauge says it's full, but nonetheless I opened up the cap, and as you can see, when he said it was full to the brim of the filler neck, not just full to the brim of the tank. So getting this tank out has just got that little bit more interesting. So I decided it was a good idea to drain some fuel out of the tank before trying to, one, move it, and two, removing the fuel lines, and you'll see why shortly. Do not try this at home. So after draining out not one but 2 barrels of fuel, as you did see earlier on, it was completely full. We could then jump under the car, as you should be able to now see the fuel lines that we need to remove are right up above the rear axle. So after some choice words, removing the clips, we could then finally get the 2 lines removed. One fuel pipe, you can, go on, strip into there. Thank you. Nope. I think we got lucky on the first one. Oh, no, we did it. Yes. Yes. And then it was back into the boot to remove the tank. Now, this is tight and not exactly easy, but after some wiggling and pulling, we could finally get the tank pulled out the way. And if you're enjoying the video so far and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, now would be a perfect opportunity to do just that. But for now, let's move on to the next steps. And there we go. That is the fuel tank removed from the back of the Jag. Now, if I grab the camera and bring it down the back, you'll be able to see that we've got this hole just here, that one there, and we've got that clip just there. Now, that clip there is one of the clips that is holding the fuel pipes into the bottom of the fuel tank that go through the floor of the car. Now, as I explained earlier on, they are an absolute nightmare to get to, so if you haven't done this job before, be prepared. Now, you'll also be able to see we've got all of this rust here, which again is from the fuel tank, which doesn't look any better now we've got it out from where it lives. But now we've got it removed, what we need to do is we need to get the fuel pump out. And to be quite honest, I'm excited to see what this fuel pump is going to look like. As you can see by the state of the rest of the tank, it doesn't look good. So if the fuel pump looks like the rest of the tank, this is going to be the reason why this car is not running. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just get this fuel pump removed and let's see just how bad it is.
Wanted to know what was good. Smells like mistakes and perfume. And just like that, my heart went boom.
Cheeks on my blouse.
My heart went boom. Da, 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 da. My heart went boom. Da, 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 da. My heart went boom. Da, 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 da. My heart went boom. Da, 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 da. I want you to dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, dance with me.
So now that we've got the actual pump removed from the housing, you can see that this is the pump itself. We've got what looks to be a little filter there. We have got another filter on the bottom of the housing there, which you should be able to see. But the bit that we need to replace is this bit here. Now, to do that, I need to work out how we get it unclip. I think it just pulls off, actually. Does that just pull off? I think it might do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that just pulls off there like so. And then I guess all we need to do is just pull one terminal off there and then pull the second terminal off, and then, well, that was a lot simpler than I thought, actually. So that is the fuel pump. So what I'll do now is I will go over to the car, I will grab the fuel pump that the customer has supplied, and we will offer it up and we'll see what we've got to do to get it fitted. So the fuel pump that we're going to be using is this Cytec Fuel Technology fuel pump. Now, I haven't actually opened it yet, so let's open it together and see exactly what we're going to be working with. So like I say, I haven't actually opened this pump yet, so we are doing this at the same time. What's Ozzy barking at? I don't think there's anyone there. But we are opening this at the same time, so I mean, off the bat, it looks a little bit different. I mean, let's get it open and see exactly how different it is. Put that out of the way. So straight away the plug is completely different, and we've got, if we pull that off there, I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work, for the pure and simple fact that if you take a look on the original pump, that is the top there, that is what connects into this part of the housing, so that goes into there, and that is how the fuel works its way to your engine. So this part here on the replacement pump, which as you can see is considerably bigger. Now let's just see if it will actually go into the housing at all. Will it even go in there? No, that is not even going to fit into there. So that creates problems. That certainly creates problems, as this guy needed this car for a wedding, and yeah. So for the pure and simple fact that I'm not prepared to damage either the new pump or risk damaging the housing of the original pump, what I've decided to do is give the guy that owns the car a ring, and he's on his way here now, so the next time you see me I will be with him, as like he says, his logic is if he damages any of this then it's his problem, so we'll leave it down to him. So the next time you see me I will be with Darv and we'll see what we're going to do with this. No, I don't think that's going to come off there, to be fair. Oh no, it does come off. Yeah, it's completely a different size, isn't it? Still not going to go on.
Spit on it if you have to.
I don't think spit's going to work. You giving it a good go? Oh, is it in? That's in. That's it. I'd say if you damage it,
My fault.
on your head be it. If I damage it, I'm in a world of pain. How tight in there is it? Does it feel like it's going to drop out or anything?
Oh God, I don't want to pull it back out now.
Right, okay. Okay. So with that in there then, what we now need to do is modify that wiring for that plug. So we'll need to...
Oh, thanks.
No, leave that like that.
That popped off.
Those terminals are still different to those terminals though. They're going to be bullet connectors like this. Oh, so no. We'll have to pull that wiring out of there. If we can get that out of there. And then all we do is we connect, obviously, the live wire to the red, or white to red, black to black, and then that will plug straight back into the loom on the car and obviously power pump then. It'll just literally be like a standard wire that'll click back into there, and it'll just run straight into that then. Yeah, all good, and it'll just have that plug on the end as opposed to that plug then. Yeah, it'll keep that plug on there, so that's collected to the pump as it should be, and then we'll just chop that there, make it sort of roughly the same sort of length. Yeah. And then, yeah, okay, right. All good. Let's do that then. So I made a start on rewiring the fuel pump plug, and as I was doing this I did have to trim down the end of the fuel pump itself a couple of times just to allow it to sit in the correct position in the housing. And then after trying to teach Ozzy to say fuel pump, say fuel pump, we then had to say goodbye to Darv as he did have to get back to the wedding.
Well, we'll let you carry on with this.
Yeah, you're going to come and fetch it later on?
I'll come and fetch it later on,
yeah. So with Darv now gone, I did then carry on with rewiring this fuel pump. So we've got the connections soldered up, we then got them taped, and then after we got them taped, we got them heat shrinked just to make sure that they were protected from the fuel inside the fuel tank. And then there we have it, that is one modified fuel pump. So So with that pump modified, all we had to do then was carefully get it fitted back into the casing, and then once we've got the casing all back together, we could get that refitted back into the fuel tank, making sure that it is secured down and that we won't have any leaks. And with that done, we can then move on to the next step. So now that we've got the fuel pump fitted back into the tank and we've got it secured and locked into place, what I now need to do is get the tank put back into position. I can then go back underneath the car and connect up the feed and the return lines onto the bottom of the tank. And then once that's connected, I can come back into the boot. We can make sure that it is all strapped down and secured into position. Once it is all secured, we can then connect the battery, and then hopefully we'll be able to see if this Jag wants to start. So first of all, we had to get the fuel tank back into place, which took some wiggling, but once we got it back in, we could get it secured down with the straps, get the wiring connected back up, and then it was underneath for the fuel pipes, which after another fight, as they are a bit difficult to get to, we could get those reconnected back up. Come on. I think it's in. Yes. Yes, 1 in and 2 in. Let's crawl back out. So with the fuel pipes reconnected, we then moved on to getting the battery tray back in and getting it fastened down. With that in place, we then moved on to the spare wheel holder. And after we got that fastened in, we got a wiring connector reconnected, then we got the battery fitted and reconnected, and that was pretty much that. So there we go, we've got the battery reinstalled, we've got the fuel tank reinstalled, we've got all the wiring reinstalled, we've got all the breather pipes, we've got the main fuel lines underneath the car installed as well. So all that's left to do is to jump round into the front of the car, and if I just open the door, if we pop the ignition on, hopefully we'll be able to hear the fuel pump, which we can hear it. So if we attempt to start the car, et voila, we now have one running Jaguar. I think is it an XJ40, this shape, I think. I mean, if anyone knows exactly what it is, just drop a comment in the comment section and let me know. But as you can hear, it is up and running after having that fuel pump replaced. And if we give it a little bit of a rev, let's just see. Yep, she's pretty happy. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Considering it got dropped off as a non-runner and we've now got it up and running, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Darv is going to be happy with this as well. And fingers crossed we can get it back to him on time. As you can see, the light is starting to go dark now. So hopefully I can get the rest of it quickly put back together now, and I can give Darv a call and we can get this Jag to that wedding. Let's get cracking. So now that we know that this Jag runs, all that was left to do before we could give it back to Darv was to get all the rear trims fitted, not forgetting the jack along with the wheel brace, as they are quite essential. We got the cover back onto the battery, and with all that back in, we could get the car back onto the floor, get all of the petrol that we drained out earlier on back in, and that is it. This Jag is pretty much ready to go. So there we go, with the Jag back on the floor, we've got everything that was Darv's back in the boot, and we've got all of the boot bilk back up. So if we just drop the boot lid down, we can try again, just opening the door, just to make sure that we are going to be happy. Start the car up. There we go. How do I turn the lights on in this thing? Is there a light switch here? Is that a light switch? I think it's that one there. Yep, there we go. We've got the lights on. So that is this Jag up and running. Now, I do think that Darv is going to be pretty happy with this, as he is sort of here with me now, as this Jag was needed to be ready for a wedding. So do you reckon it's going to make the wedding now?
100%.
Like, it is, as you can see, going dark. I think we have just about made it. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, now's a perfect opportunity to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that like button. But for now, it is a wrap, as Darv needs to get this Jag ready for the wedding. So as always, thanks for watching, thanks for following, and I'll see you lot in the next one. All together, mint. See you later, bro.